What is a domestic violence?
What is gender-based violence?
What is domestic violence?
What is domestic violence?
Domestic violence is a pattern of coercive control by one person over another using a variety of abusive strategies in order to establish and maintain control in the relationship. People often imagine domestic violence to be a black eye or a broken arm, and although those things absolutely happen, what we know is that predominantly what happens in abusive relationships are those other strategies that wear someone down and make them feel like they're not good enough. And that's what domestic violence is.
What is gender-based violence?
Gender-based violence is any type of violence that's targeted towards someone because of their gender identity, or their way they're perceived to conform to social norms around gender. Examples of gender-based violence include sexual assault, sexual exploitation, human trafficking, and hate crimes against people because of their sexual identity.
How many people experience this kind of violence?
Recent data indicates that approximately 1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence in her lifetime, and 1 in 7 men will experience that violence in their lifetime. We know that people are affected even if they aren't directly experiencing the domestic violence, that friends, family members, co-workers all see what's happening and feel impacted by it.
Can men be victims of domestic violence?
Men are affected by domestic violence. Although the majority of people who experience domestic violence are women, we do know that men experience domestic violence as well. And we also know that predominantly women are the ones who are survivors of domestic violence at the hands of men. And there are services that are available for men who are impacted by domestic violence, as well as men who may be worried that they're harming their partner in their relationship.
Why is the city worried about domestic and gender-based violence?
We know that we're all affected by these issues in so many different ways. Our children who are coming to school, who are coming from homes where there's violence, our colleagues who are trying to show up at work as best they can and experiencing violence in the home, and also perhaps ourselves. You know, many of us have gone through situations that have been harmful to us in different ways. And so the city cares about our safety and cares about our well-being in many ways. It wants to make sure that everyone in Cambridge, whether you live here, work here, or play here, you're safe in your relationship and you're safe in your home.
What is the Domestic and Gender-Based Violence Initiative?
The Domestic and Gender-Based Violence Prevention Initiative is a collaborative group of local agencies, city departments, and concerned citizens who have come together to try to raise awareness about domestic and gender-based violence, create prevention efforts, and change policy. The collaboration includes our local agencies that provide services around domestic and gender-based violence, city departments including the Women's Commission, the Public Health Department, the school district, as well as the police department. We also have many interested community members who've been involved for many years. Some of our projects include a community-based domestic violence training that we offer annually, and that's available to anyone who's interested. And we've also partnered very closely with the local police department to provide a trauma training for police, which is an innovative type of training that doesn't exist, as we know, in many parts of the country. We've also partnered with the Public Health Department around a men's engagement program called Mending Cambridge, and that group has been involved in raising awareness of issues of gender-based violence around the community. They've been particularly involved in the White Ribbon campaign, which is a campaign to engage men to end gender-based violence. The initiative is also exploring ways that we can engage youth in our work. We're partnering with the Department of Human Services here in Cambridge, as well as the school district, to explore ways that we may connect with youth so that they can understand these issues and they can talk with each other and their peers better about these issues.
What should I do if or someone I know is experiencing domestic violence?
If you're experiencing domestic violence, or if you think you might be experiencing abuse in your relationship, I encourage you to reach out to one of the resources that's listed at the end of this. They're available and free to anyone who's interested in maybe exploring what's happening in their relationship. I encourage you to seek that support from them, as well as from any close friend or connection whom you feel comfortable talking. If you're worried that someone you know may be in a relationship that's abusive or violent, it's really important to sit with them and be a supportive, compassionate, non-judgmental source of support. We often are tempted to try to encourage someone to leave the relationship or to tell them what we think might be best for them. And people who are in abusive relationships already have someone in their life who may be trying to control them or tell them what to do. So just being a support and being compassionate and listening is really a gift. And that's what we typically encourage people to do. And also seek support for yourself. It can be very stressful to know that someone you care about is in a violent or abusive relationship. And so it's important for you to make sure you're getting support as well.